Today on Cody's Garage, we're going to be putting a water pump on my 216 and my 1952 Styleline. So let's get into it.
Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights. We can take this road as far as you want to go. I'll show you how a country mile can take us all night. Feeling high in a bull's tail up an old dirt road. I ain't gonna run no hide. We can let the fire burn wild. That's just my countryside.
Well, we got it draining. It's over here. If I can contort my hand, because I have my... Once again, don't have my stand, but it's draining, and once we get it drained, I'll come back and let you know what we're doing with the water pump and everything. But the valve actually opened. It's extremely surprising because I didn't think it was actually going to open because it's the original one from 1953. So, but I got it to open. Just took a pair of pliers, pried it open, so it worked. All right, got the radiator drained. Don't know if you can see that down in there or not. Yep. I got the coolant still in the thermostat. Not really taking that off. I don't think I have to. If I have to, I will. Got the radiator hoses off. There's one goes there down to the thermostat housing. There's one that comes off the bottom of the radiator, goes up to the water pump. Trying to keep that one on. Make as little mess as possible, but I made a decent sized mess here. Sorry, Dad. In his garage doing this, but yeah. So I'm gonna get this guy out. It's just, well, it's supposed to be more, but I know the guy that put this radiator in, and he was just happy to have the car running. So there's 4 bolts holding the radiator in. Once I get those 4 bolts out, take the radiator out, and we'll go from there. So here we are. We're down to the water pump here. The fan actually came off the front. I was thoroughly impressed. I think from everything that it looks like, this is close to the original water pump, if not the original. But I just wanted to show you. Got down to that part. We're going to try and get them bolts out. Those 4, and it should be off. Well, here's the old one. There's nothing wrong with it. It still works. So I'm going to keep it and throw it on the shelf. But I got some plans for the car. I want to go to a car show later this year that I don't want it breaking down on or anything because it's about 20-ish minutes away. Here is a new one. Comes with a gasket. Not going to use that gasket. I have a Velcro gasket over here, which is better than any other type of sealing gasket you can get. And then it's got a plug for the heater box there that no longer works. So I'm gonna Teflon tape that plug, put it in. And here's the new water pump. It's about half the weight of the car. It's probably 40, 50 pounds, legitimately. But yeah, there's the water pump. It's a Dayco from Rock Auto. So, and yeah, came with magnets and everything. So thanks, Rock Auto. Something I just noticed here on the old water pump, there's nothing here. But this one's got this piece. So I don't know if that's for a 235, because I'm pretty sure these are the same, or if that's a truck water pump, or if this is a truck water pump and that's for a truck or something. I don't know, for extra cooling. I honestly don't know. So somebody that knows more than me in this world about this stuff, educate me, please. Because I'm just going to put RTV around the whole thing. And on the whole gasket surface. Stick that on there. Make sure RTV's on both sides and put that Velcro gasket on. It shouldn't leak, but if it does, I'll know why. So, but regardless, if you know what that is in the comments, please tell me, because I have no clue. I'm assuming it's for something, a different style head, probably a 235. All right, and just on a side note, I got the water pump started there, but just on a side note, you want to keep all of the original bolts just like this. You do not want to clean them up. You want to leave rust on them, because what that does is when you cross start it putting it back in, it's not only tight, but it'll rust that way and keep it even tighter. So make sure you don't clean up your bolts and put them back in exactly the way you took them out. Tech tip of the day. Water pump is in. All the bolts are tight. Everything lined up. RTV the whole way around the gasket. Everything's good. Yeah, looks really good. It's way too shiny for this engine, but we'll fix that. We'll let that rust and it'll blend right in. The old water pump wasn't bad, but like I said, I want to go to a show later this year, a couple towns away, and I don't want that stopping me. So putting a new one on. All right, so now that it's all back together, antifreeze. So couldn't find anything that said green on it, so I don't know. But this is Prestone for all makes and models. Should be fine for this. I don't see why I wouldn't. I don't have a new radiator. Just use the old radiator. It don't leak at the moment, but guarantee as soon as we start it up, it will. So gonna put that in there, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Not that you need any light, but you can see 1 gallon filled it pretty much all the way up. So I got a couple things to fix on this again before I start it. But once I start it, I'll let that drag itself down, however it's going to through the motor, and yeah, that'll wrap up the water pump on the 52 Chevy then. Well, that wraps it up. So, like usual, thank a first responder for me. God bless and have a great day, guys.